forward. There you go. All right. So first of all, I just want to thank you all for participating and for reading my messages. I know it's been a tough, couple of weeks, you know, not just for you guys, but also for me trying to learn these new systems and these new things and try to make connections. So let me explain the updates. There are updates coming up. First of all, let me click here on the calendar on Schoology. And what you're going to see here on Schoology is an update on what's due. So no longer are you going to see, oh, something due today, something due tomorrow, something due the next day. No longer is going to be like that. The district decided to tell us, because they also heard from students all over the district that, they're getting too much work and they're getting loaded with work. Okay. And so the district is making teachers, do two assignments per week. So what you see here on next week, this is the week of the 20th to the 24th, you have 2 quizzes due next week. This is for the, I think it's for the next unit. Okay, so if you haven't finished anything up to this to this week, the unit test was on the 13th. Try to finish everything this week. That way, next week you start fresh. You're gonna have 2 lessons next week with 2 quizzes next week. And then on the following week, you do have the same thing. You have 2 lessons with 2 quizzes. So my recommendation is that you do one of the lessons on the 20th. On the 21st, if you have any questions, you can ask during our Zoom conference at 11 o'clock. You're cutting off on my side. Okay. I'll repeat it. So my recommendation is that on next week you do the one of the lessons, and I'll tell you which lesson. I'll post it up here. Do it on the 20th, so that on the 21st for our Zoom conference, you can ask questions. If you have any questions. Okay. And then on the 22nd, you can do the second lesson, so that on the 23rd, if you have any questions, you can ask. And then on Friday, you can take both quizzes. Okay, so that's how it's going to be for the rest of the semester. Okay, and I already added all the quizzes up to the 20. Let me see. For period 6 is the 27th is your unit test. For period 4 is the 28th. And the reason I did that is because period 4 is taking 2 classes. They're taking an Algebra 1 and a Geometry class. So period 4, which is period 3, they're taking their Algebra 1 unit test on the 27th. So that they don't get 2 tests on one day. So that's what I did that, okay? So just making it clear. I know it says 2 of these, but I think if you click on it, it tells you for what period it is, okay? So just letting you know on that. So that's just the calendar there. I will post more stuff on the calendar. Let me go back into materials here. So I'm gonna edit this folder a little bit. I'm gonna move the Edgenuity folder to the top, so you don't have to scroll down. Make it much easier for you to select stuff. Please make sure you read this if you haven't read it. Okay, that's just a note that I added there for IXL, Edgenuity, and Schoology, so you know how things are graded and stuff. So your next unit should be Trigonometry Part 1. That's for Edgenuity. You should finish with Geometric Properties with Equations unit. That one should be done with, okay? So that one, again, like if you just came in right now, try to finish everything with related to this unit this week, okay? If you have any questions on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, you can ask here on the help forum, or even on Saturday or Sunday. You can always post your question there, and it'll pop up here for me as a notification. Chelsea was the last one to ask, and then I'll click on that, and then I'll be able to answer your question by either typing something up or submitting a video of how to do a problem. Okay, just make sure not to post any quiz questions, since the quiz is basically a quiz. So on here, let me go to the new one. Let me go to the new unit. Units are basically chapters of a book, okay? So the next unit is Trigonometry Part 1, okay? I already created the pacing. The pacing, I'm gonna go through real quick. Feel free to download it. I added due dates to the quizzes, so you can see here. Okay, this is the first lesson in this unit, along with the warm up, instruction summary, and assignment, and then you have a quiz, and it has a due date. Okay, same thing for the next one. So you see there, these are due next Friday, and the next two are due the following Friday, and then and so on, all the way until you get to the 28th or the 27th. Okay, because I didn't put here for which period. Okay. Okay, so that's on Edgenuity. These are the lessons on Edgenuity. Yes. Okay. You are still going to get the instruction there. However, I'll be available on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 o'clock on Zoom. If you have any questions relating to these sections for that week. Okay. Try to meet these due dates for these quizzes. Because I'll grade them on Monday the following week. So next Friday, the 24th, let's say you take these two quizzes next Friday. The following Monday, I'll input these grades in for your grade. Okay. Let me go to Edgenuity right now. Sign in. Oh, I'm sorry. This is what it looks like on my end. Let me just show you quickly on my end. So when I first had this, I didn't have access to do any changes to your courses. Okay, I had to have somebody do it for me, another teacher that had access. But it's a pain in the butt trying to ask them to do different changes here and there. So let me go here to manage courses, just so you guys can get an idea of the crap I have to deal with here. I have to look for the course that I added for you guys. Let me see where you at. There I am. So there's your course. So now I'm able to edit the course options. Before I wasn't able to. So now I can do a couple of changes, such as allow you to use eNotes on your exam, which I'm going to add that in right now. I just saw that right now. So I'll go over eNotes in a bit so that you can understand how you can use that for your quizzes, tests, and exams. Okay. So it says here, failed attempts allowed. You're allowed 2 failed attempts. Okay. So basically on your quizzes and tests, and I guess on your exams, I guess on your exams, you have 2 attempts to do these assessments. Okay, you have 2 attempts. One of the things, did I already save it? Let me save it. Okay, so what I was going to explain is Edgenuity has its own deadlines. Try not to meet those deadlines. I can't change any of that. So it says here, this is the only place where it allows me to change anything related to that. If I try to delete this, update it, it won't delete it. Okay, so I can't do anything there, which is why I want you to make sure you just follow the pacing on Schoology. Okay, just make sure you stick to that pacing. Okay, and then let me log into okay, you can hear anything? Can everybody hear me? So only Marcella, you're not able to hear me? Let me type this in. So Susie, you're the only one that's able to hear me so far. You replied. Okay. Okay. So Marcella, I'll post the video. Let me type it in for you. Okay, I'll post the video of this recording on Schoology, okay? So just in case you missed something. Let me log in as a student to Edgenuity. This is what you would see. Whatever. Let's see. So this is what you would see on your end, okay? you see more courses for me because I am teaching Algebra 2 and your class as well as Algebra 1. But stick to the geometry folder for my class. Like I said, I can't change any of the due dates here. Okay, I can't change these due dates. So it's just ignore them. Stick to the pacing. That's on Schoology, okay? So let me walk you through this in case you haven't had a chance to watch my videos real quick. So I did post videos on how to use Edgenuity. So what you see here is basically each section in the unit, which you can see it on the side over here as well. You can see it over here on the side. Okay, here's one unit, here's the second unit, here's a third unit, and here's the cumulative exam. Okay, and so on the side here, give me one sec. My little boy just came in. No, Papa, go over there. Go over there. I'll send you guys a picture later. Okay, so so you have e-notes that you can take. Okay, you have e-notes that you can take. Okay, and you have been signed out because your account is signed in from another device. What? Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, so you're able to take e-notes. Lizzie, go over there, pass. Go. Okay, go. Okay, I'll fix it. Okay, my daughter. Okay, so this is just my course products because I tried doing a couple of things, but you're able to take e-notes and you can use them. You can use them on your quizzes, on your exams, and on your tests. Okay. At the top here, it says course report. If you download that, I'm just gonna open it. You're able to see your progress. Okay. So this is just me, messing around with this. So I was messing around with this, and so it says here, this is when I first was practicing it. It says this is the time you need to take on this. It's estimated. This is the time you took on it. Then this is your score, 100%. Okay, so notice that all the quizzes on Ingenuity are 10 questions long. So I've been grading them out of 10, which is basically 100% for 10. Okay, is there a way I could hear? Maybe if you turn your volume up on your computer. Let me see. If you can't hear, you will see a recording of this video on Schoology. Someone asked a question. Okay. Alrighty. Sorry about that if you can't hear. I know the district said that they were going to be sending out headphones so you can plug it into your computer. Not sure when, so I don't know about that. Okay. So I apologize for that. But just so you can see real quick, it does keep track of the time that you spend on this. And it tells you here, look, attempts, 1 attempt, okay? So if you did bad on a quiz on the first try to do good on the second try. Try to go do it on the second try. That way you can pick up your score. And what Edgenuity is going to do is it's going to give you the better of the two scores, okay? And that's a score that I'm going to take and put it on Schoology, okay? Now, the warm-up, instruction, summary, and assignment that you see here, the ones that are the most important are the instruction and the assignment. Okay, those are the most important ones that you can do. So if you are short for time, then I would recommend that you skip the warm-up and maybe even the summary. Okay, so you can skip the warm-up and the summary. Okay. The instruction tells you how to do the problems. It teaches you. The assignment tells you to practice those problems. This practice is similar to the quiz. Okay, so the questions are similar to the quiz. Okay, so I observed that when I looked through the videos. Okay, if you scroll down to the unit test, here's the unit test, the first one. That one's the one that should have been done this week. It tells you have a review that you can work on, so you can practice for your unit test, which should take about 40 minutes. Okay, it should take about 40 minutes. If you're just coming in, I see here 2 students don't have a microphone, which probably means that your computer doesn't support a microphone. So you can't, you're gonna have to type it up. So just letting you know, okay? The final exam, you do have a final exam. It's a cumulative exam. This is towards the end of the semester. It doesn't tell me the number of questions, but it does say it's an hour and 15 minutes long. That's the estimated time, okay? So just letting you know, the cumulative exam will be worth 2 unit test grades, okay? So just to make it a little bit more points. So it'll be worth 2 of these unit tests, okay? Now, back to Edgenuity. And back to the pacing, okay? No, not that one, to this one, okay? Currently, let's see, this section should be done. You should be on this unit, okay? Starting next week, these are the 2 that are due, okay? Some of this is going to be a repeat because I know I did cover law of science, law of cosines already. So some of this is going to be a repeat, okay? So you might actually do good on this next unit, okay? Unit 3, this last unit, I might end up cutting it up, okay? Because this unit right here, the second unit, the unit test is on the 27th of May. 28th is for period 4. So on the 27th of May, you're gonna take this unit test. That leaves you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 units per week. Yeah, we might actually end up finishing this one by the final exam, okay? So just letting you know, I might not end up cutting anything. I will create another pacing for the last unit and tell you when you're gonna take the exam once I create the next pacing. Are there any questions for me related to Edgenuity? I'm gonna go into the instruction right now so I can show you how to use eNotes and stuff. Feel free to type up your questions. I am looking at the chat. I apologize if you can't hear. So on Edgenuity, you can do, I guess, annotate if you want to annotate. You can speed up the video if you prefer chipmunk talking. You have your graphs. You have your calculator, and whatever. This is your formulas, I believe. Your geometry handbook, interactive tools guide. Yeah. So this here is simply, let me see. Oh, it shows you how to use stuff and how to use Projector. Well, I'm probably gonna download those videos later. Okay. So you have that. You have this. These are the theorems. Okay. I believe there are a whole bunch because look at the scroll bar. But you can cycle through them right here, I believe. Okay. So you have that on that side. On the opposite side, if you click on this little plus sign, and you click on this one just to make it a little longer, this is where you type in your eNotes. Okay. Now, someone asked earlier on in a different period, do I have to take eNotes? The answer is no. Okay, you can put your notes on a notebook if you want. However you want, it's up to you. I believe with the eNotes, I think it keeps them organized by section. Okay, so that if you just if you're taking a quiz and you forget something, you click on your eNotes section and then just click on the section and then this will pop up. So let me just make sure you save it, okay? Also, it allows you to take, you can do equations and stuff like that, okay? You add equations, you can organize it however you want. You also have a glossary in case you don't understand the words it's using. And it has a transcript of what the instructor is going to say at each particular time, okay? As for the instructor, if you have hard hearing, you can't really hear what the instructor is saying, then you can click on the CC option right here. It's closed caption. And
you are familiar with
and there you go. Okay, you can see what she's saying as well. Okay, so just a couple of things that can assist you in learning the lesson. Okay. Do you have any questions for me right now? I'm going to unmute you all. Now you can talk.
No. Mom, we could talk now.
No farting, okay?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me? Not done yet. I'm almost done. So for those that came in a little late, just make sure you understand. You read the announcement. We're doing two lessons a week. 2 lessons a week. Okay. Try to follow the new pacing guide that I posted for the trigonometry unit. Okay. Now I'm gonna go over the IXL portion. Okay. I'm gonna mute you all. The power of muting. I love it.
He muted us again.
Okay, so the IXL part is in case you already tried all 2 attempts and you still didn't score good on your quizzes, then you go to the IXL alignment to Edgenuity folder. So far, I only have one alignment. This is for the first unit. I'm going to download this. Make it easier for me to just grab. I'm going to open it. So let me just quickly tell you how to use this. Okay. These are basically skills that you get to practice in case you did bad on a certain quiz. So let's say, for instance, let's say for this lesson, central angles, you did bad on that quiz. Okay. You have support in your textbook, chapter 10.2 and 10.3. This is the standard that is aligned to this section. And these are the strands that you have to work on, okay? This is the IXL strand, okay? It has G for geometry. The section number, in this case, is U, and the number is 6 and 2. So you would work on U6 and U2 for geometry. So let me go over here to IXL. When you click on learning, you go down to where it says, not calculus, geometry. In the geometry, I had said it was going to be U2 and U6. Okay, move this chat to the side. So let me see again. Where'd you go? So I had said it was going to be U6 and U2. Yeah, so U2 and U6. So you would practice on U2. Okay. So notice it has a star. That's because I already assigned it to this period. See there? Okay. So I already assigned it. So it'd be U2 and U6. Okay. So you need to get a SMART score of 90 for both if you want me to pick up your grade to a 9 out of 10 for a quiz that you did bad on. Okay. So let me just quickly show you how to do this real quick. Okay. So here I have a problem. It says, what is the measurement of arc HI? Here's HI. This is the arc. What does this measure? Okay. And I see here it gives me 150, 130. Okay. So to find the measure of this arc, well, I know that all arcs add up to 360. So I wouldn't have to, I have to subtract 360 minus 130 minus 150 if I want to find the answer. Now let's say you didn't know that. Let's say you forgot. Okay, you can click here. It says learn by example. So here's the problem. It says the measures of the central angles in the circle add up to 360. Okay, 140 plus 140 plus 100 plus whatever measurement of this angle is adds up to 360. So basically, you do the angle addition postulate and you subtract it from 360. Okay, you get 120. So 120 plus 140 plus 100 gives you 360. Okay, so this is how you would use IXL. Okay, so here this adds up to 280. 280, that's 20 and 60. So the measurement of this angle would be 80, I believe. Okay, so what happens when you do that? Here's what happens. Okay, so when you do that, you get a SMART score of 10. You were at 0, now you're at 10. So basically I got 10 points. It does keep track of time. It does keep track of how many problems you've done. Okay, your job is to get this score to be 90 out of 100. Again, only if you want to pick up your Edgenuity quizzes. Okay, but I recommend you do this after you do 2 attempts. Okay, now what happens if you get the answer wrong? So I'm going to get the answer wrong here on purpose. Find the measure of arc IJ. Okay, so I think maybe it's 10. Obviously, it's wrong. Says, sorry, it's incorrect. The correct answer is 140. How is it 140? So it explains it for you, okay? So it does explain for you, you know, okay, well, this is what you answered, and it gives you a little review. It says the measure of the entire circle is 360. And it says, look at the diagram, and it shows you how to do the problem, okay? Of course, you know, since you're at home, you don't have to do this. You could if you want, okay? If you already know that you know, just on your calculator, you put 360 minus 80 minus 140 gives you this, then that's fine, okay? As long as you know what you're doing, okay? And look what happens to your SMART score. It drops, in this case, it dropped by 1, okay? The further you get closer to 100, the more points you will end up losing if you get the answer wrong. Just keep that in mind, okay? Click got it, and move on to the next one, okay? So again, the purpose of today is simply for you to see the structures that I haven't been able to show you. Okay, starting next week, starting on Tuesday and Thursday of next week, I'll be on Zoom again, 11 o'clock to 11:30. The district required the teachers to do 3 hours a week. Since I'm teaching 3 classes, Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and Geometry, I split it up as 1 hour per class, but I also split it up into 30-minute sessions. So 30 minutes on Tuesday and 30 minutes on Thursday. So that completes the hour. Okay, if we go over, that's fine. I don't mind, you know, sticking around, you know, answering your questions. If you still have questions, maybe not on the day of, but maybe afterwards or when you're doing the lesson, like on a Monday or on a Wednesday, then feel free to use the help form that I posted here. Okay, so under the in Schoology, under the trigonometry part 1 unit, there is a help form that you can access. Okay, so far nobody's used it because, you know, I guess, you know, it's I just posted it yesterday, but you can ask your questions there. Okay, let me see if this one has it. There you go. See, you can post your questions here and I can answer it for you, and everybody can also see your questions. That way, if you have a question that is similar, then it'll be answered there. Nobody's used it here for you guys. Okay, just keep that in mind. There is help. That is it for today. I'll be updating Schoology. I'll be updating the calendar. Just keep an eye on the calendar for the lessons. And if you have further questions, feel free to direct message me. Okay, I do check that a lot. I also check here my notifications. It tells me, you know, when you posted something. So here you go. Chelsea, she put something in the help forum. So I'll just click on that, and it helps me, you know, go to it directly so I can try to answer your question right away. The way I usually answer is I'll do a video. Okay, here I did a video, or I'll answer, you know, by typing in something for you. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You do have help. You know, don't get, you know, don't give up. I'm here. Just trying to get everything set up. Okay. If you have further questions, you can ask. If not, then feel free to have a good day and finish up the current unit so we can start the next unit next week. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. Let's see.